Hello again, grade 3 students. Welcome to math class again. This is the second part of the lesson. Okay, we will still have topic 15, lesson 1, and that's describe quadrilaterals, still on pages 811 to 840. So for this lesson, we will need again your math book, a pencil, and a ruler. Okay. Alright, so for today's objective, you say I can identify quadrilaterals and use attributes to describe them. Okay, so let's have a review of the vocabulary words. We have polygon. A polygon is a closed shape that has only straight sides. Okay, so what are sides? As you look at this shape, we have this side, this one, this side, and this side. So this shape has 4 sides. Okay, so these are the examples of the polygons. We have the triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, and heptagon. And these are not polygons. This shape is a not polygon because it doesn't have straight sides. Okay, it only has one straight side and the rest of the sides are not straight. And this has straight sides, but it's not a closed shape, it's an open shape. And this is also an open shape. So these are not the example of not polygons. Okay. Okay, another word is the parallel sides. So they are lines on a plane or on a shape that never meet, and they are always the same distance apart. Now we have here these two lines, line M and line N. These are two parallel lines because no matter how you extend them, they will never meet at a certain point. And in this shape, you can see there that the sides with the blue arrowhead are parallel sides. Okay, they will never meet. Good. Next, we have here quadrilateral. Okay, so quadri means 4 and lateral meaning side, so 4 sides. So a quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides and 4 angles. Okay, so looking at this shape, we have how many? What do you call this line? This line is what we call the sides. Okay, so there are 4 sides. And the opening, okay, the opening where the two lines meet is called the angle. And the point where the two sides meet is what we call the vertex. Okay. Now, some quadrilaterals have special names. Last time we had the following quadrilaterals, the trapezoid. It exactly has 1 pair of parallel sides or sides that never cross. And this is how a trapezoid looks like. Okay, so the tabletop is an example of a trapezoid. Next, we have here a parallelogram. It has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Okay. And it has the opposite sides, or the opposite sides are the same length. So what are the opposite sides? So this is side 1 and side 2 and side 3 and side 4. They are the opposite sides. And then opposite angles are the same size also. So these are some examples of the parallelogram. Next, we have square. Okay, so they are 4 right angles and all sides the same length. Okay, so we have here the square. And as you can see, this square corner is what you call the right angle. Okay, so it has 4 angles and 4 sides and all sides the same length. So this shape is a square and this picture frame is a square. Okay, another is a rhombus. So a rhombus has all sides the same length. So as you can see, this shape is a rhombus and this shape is a rhombus. Okay. Now we have the rectangle. So a rectangle has 4 right angles or square corners. Okay. All right. So you can identify a square and a rectangle easily because a square, both the square and the rectangle have 4 right angles. But the difference is a square has all sides the same length, but a rectangle does not have all sides the same length. Okay, only the 2 opposite sides have the same length, and the other 2 opposite sides have the same length. Okay. Now, we have here another words. We have the convex and the concave. Okay, so we have the convex polygons and the concave polygons. So what are convex? Convex polygons have all angles point outward. Okay, so as you can see, these shapes, the points are in outward direction, while a concave polygons have one or more angles point inward. It's very easy to identify. Okay. Alright, so now let's go to the guided practice where the do you understand on page 813. Number 1. This figure is a rectangle, but it is not a square. Why? What's your answer? Because all sides are not the same length. Remember, a square has all sides the same length, correct? Good. Number 2. Draw two different quadrilaterals that are not rectangles, squares, or rhombuses. Okay, what's your answer? Okay, so we have trapezoid is not a rectangle, and also a kite. It's not a rectangle, square, or rhombus. Okay? So we have numbers 3 to 6. Number 3, what is this shape? Write as many special names as possible for each quadrilateral. Number 3, what is it? It's a parallelogram. Very good. Number 4. Number 4 is a rectangle, and it's also a parallelogram. Why? Why is this shape also a parallelogram? Do you still remember the definition of a parallelogram? What is a parallelogram? Okay, so a parallelogram, always remember that it has two pairs of parallel sides. Okay? Alright, that's why it's also a parallelogram. Next, number 5. It's a rhombus, and it's also a parallelogram. Why? It's a rhombus because it has what? It has all sides the same length. Alright. And it's a parallelogram because it has two pairs of parallel sides. Correct? Next, for number 6, we have it can be a square, it can be a rhombus, it can also be a rectangle, and it can also be a parallelogram. Do you understand? Now we have here the independent practice. Write as many special names as possible for each quadrilateral. Number 7. What are the special names? Or what are the quadrilateral names? Okay, so we have rectangle and parallelogram. For number 8, we have it's a trapezoid because it has exactly one pair of parallel sides. And for number 9, it's a parallelogram. Okay, and for number 10, it has two pairs of parallel sides. They are parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, and square. Remember that. So we have page 814, number 11. It is a rectangle with all sides the same length. Is a, what's your answer? It's a square. Very good. For number 12, it is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. Is a 4 right angles. Is a rectangle or square. Very good. Next, we have number 13. I am a quadrilateral with opposite sides. Opposite sides the same length. Which quadrilaterals could I be? And for number 14, Jay says that the figure on the left is a trapezoid. Carmen says that the figure on the right is a trapezoid. Who is correct? Okay, you have 1 minute to do that. Alright, for number 13, the answer is parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, or square. And for number 14, we have both Jay and Carmen are correct. Both shapes are trapezoids as they are quadrilaterals. And both shapes have one pair of parallel sides. Very good. 15. Sue bought a book for $12. 2 maps for $7 each, and a pack of postcards for $4 each. What was Sue's total cost? What's the answer? The answer is $30. Very good. Next, number 16. Angela drew 9 rhombuses and 6 trapezoids. She wants to find Q. Q is the total number of angles in her quadrilaterals. Explain how Angela can find Q. Okay, so we have here, there are 9 times 4 equals 36 angles in the rhombuses, right? Because each rhombus has 4 angles. Now, for the trapezoids, we have 6 times 4 equals 24 angles in all for the trapezoids. So 36 plus 24 equals Q, which is the total number of angles. Hence, 36 plus 24 is equal to 60. So there are a total of 60 angles in her quadrilaterals. Next, number 17. Does the name describe the quadrilateral below? Choose yes or no. Look at the shape. Is it a convex polygon? Yes or no? Yes. Is it a rhombus? Yes or no? Yes. Why rhombus? Because what is a rhombus again? A rhombus has all sides the same length. Is it a square? No. Why not a square? Because a square has 4 right angles and all sides the same length. Remember, look at the shape. It doesn't have right angles. Okay. Is it a rectangle? No, it's not a rectangle also. Because a rectangle should have 4 right angles. Okay. Alright, so let's have a wrap up. A quadrilateral must have 4 right angles to be a rectangle. A quadrilateral must have 4 right angles and 4 equal sides to be a square. And a quadrilateral must have 4 equal sides to be a rhombus. Okay, thank you once again, grade 3 students, for listening and for watching the video. I hope you learned a lot, and may you have a great day. Thank you.